So, I wanted to talk to you today about getting started as an actor. A lot of people think that acting is no big deal. You just jump in and you just do it. Well, acting is kind of like being a doctor in the sense that you got to study, you got to take classes, you have to be in the game for a while before you really get your sea legs. So, today I want to talk about how to get started as an actor because what we want is for you to have a strong foundation. So, this month, from December 1st through December 25th, I am doing acting smarter. Um, I want to help you every day a little bit more in your career. So, like an Advent for Christmas, we're doing an Advent for acting. It is going to be 25 days. We already started it. So I just want to go through the first week of Acting Smarter. And the first thing I want to talk about is beginning. How do you begin as an actor? Everybody's got ideas. Well, the first thing I would say to you is to write down, what kind of actor do you want to be? What do you want to be known for? What do you think your special sauce may be? Even if you've never acted before, but you have this burning desire in you to get out there and do acting. Okay, so start writing down things, keep a journal, write down, this is the type of actor I want to be. I want to be a cross between a Viola Davis and a Reese Witherspoon. Right there, that starts to give you an idea of who these actors are. They're serious, they can be funny, but they can be very dramatic, they can be quirky. What is it that you want to do as an actor? What kind of career do you want? That's stuff you should be journaling about. What kind of career would you like? All of these things start to help you develop to be that person. What is it that you want to do with your acting? Maybe there's something special you want to be doing with your acting. Some actors, they specialize in voiceovers, others in comedy, some in sketches, some are great at improv, some are very dramatic, and some like to be action adventure heroes. What kind of actor do you want to be? All right, so start thinking in terms of what kind of actor do you see yourself as? Start really envisioning it. What is it that I do, or what is it that I want to do? How do I want my persona to be on film or on the screen? What is it that I want to do? Then the next thing is start researching. Research is so key to acting. It informs everything from the roles you take to the work you're doing as an actor in a specific role. You want to research. When I first started acting, I was taught by Stella Adler that you needed to research everything about the character, from where did the character come from, who is this character, what are their defects, what are their strong points, where did they get educated at, are they educated? What's their family background? I mean, very specific information. She would make us keep a journal on every role that we were working on so that we could really dig deep into who the character is and what that character wants out of life. And it's the same thing with your career. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What do you want out of life? And then researching business. It's important not just to have craft under your belt, but you have to be a good business person too, because you are the CEO of your company, nobody else. You're the only one. So, in doing it, you got to figure out where the jobs are, who has the jobs, who do you apply to for the job. So the first thing you want to do is investigate, research acting techniques, and then figure out which technique really speaks to you, and then start looking for an acting teacher that teaches that technique. Not only do you want to find an acting teacher who teaches that technique, but you want to be in an acting class where that technique is taught, And everybody in that class is a working actor, because if they're working, more than likely, if you follow the steps, you're going to be working pretty soon. And that's what we want as actors. We want to be working. Well, we want to be working, but we also want to think in terms of having a career. It's not just enough to get a job here or get a job there. You want to actually have a career where you are working as an actor, making a living as an actor, and you don't have to have any other jobs other than acting. So keep that in mind when you're starting to figure out what it is that you want. Think in terms of acting is a career. It's not just a lotto ticket that you get lucky with and, ooh, I'm going to be. No, you have to really start planning things out. You got to build a good foundation. And the more you can research, the more you can do your homework and see what kind of actor you want to be. And is that actor always working? Is that type of actor always working? Or is that type of actor that you think you want to be a specialty actor? So maybe they only book work twice a year. You want to figure that out. Look and see whose career is flowering, it's blossoming, it's doing stuff. They're in everything. And then start figuring out, okay, how did they do it? What did they do? And that's where research comes in. The third thing I want to talk about is starting to apply those things that you want to do. So you then start developing as an actor, looking at, oh, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm taking these classes. Oh, and let me say something else about taking acting classes. You want to stay in that class. When you decide on an acting class, you want to stay there at least a year to 2 years. Why? Because they are teaching you technique. You want to have a technique under your belt that you are confident with. You can go and audition for anything and you can nail that job. You can actually do that role better than anybody else. And if you're taking a class here and a class there, you're not really grounding yourself into a technique. You're getting a little bit, it's like going to a buffet. You might get full, but it's not satisfying. When you go to a restaurant and they have this big meal, you get to eat and you're so satisfied. So I just want you to be aware of what it is that you are starting to seek. You also want to build a community in acting. You want to you want to go into a class where you're building a community. How do I find a good acting class? Well, I'm going to tell you the way to do it is to research. First of all, you got to know what technique you want, because there's a lot of techniques out there in acting. In my thing, why am I blanking out? I don't know. But in 25 Days of Acting Smarter, there you go. In 25 Days of Acting Smarter, I actually have a day where I break down every technique that's out there that is relevant. And so that will help you to find what kind of acting class you may want to take. And then start looking up acting teachers who teach that technique. In one of them, actually, I have a couple of videos that give you the top acting classes in LA that you should look at, and also how to find an acting class. So if you look on my channel, you will actually get all that information on how to find the right acting class for you, because you might have heard something really great about an acting teacher, and then you go and there's no connection. They're good, but you don't feel it. And in an acting class, what's really important is that you feel safe to be vulnerable. You want to be in a class where you feel safe, because acting is about showing all your insides. You got to get emotional. You got to get down and dirty. And if the person who's teaching you uh, isn't someone you connect with, and you don't have that, you don't feel safe with them, it could damage you. We don't want you to be damaged. We want you to soar. We want you to soar like an eagle. not, just give up and go back to where you came from, but just really step out and be fantabulous. So I want you every day to come to the page so you can find out what that day's 25 days of acting is all about, because you have to act smarter, not harder. Um, and you want to be at your best. A lot of people come here and this is what they do. They come to LA, they get their pictures and headshots before they know what they're selling. They get an agent before they even know if they click with that agent. They're just desperate. It's like, okay, I got to, someone said, I got to get my pictures and resumes. I got to have an agent, and then I can work. No, you need to have craft first. And then you need to research the agents that there's so many agents out there. You want to connect with the right one. You want to connect with somebody who really gets you. And if you go with an agent too early and you don't know what you sell, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be depressed. You're going to feel like you want to give up. And it's not fair to you. And it's also not fair to that agent. When you sign with an agent, you should know what you sell. What is your special sauce? How do you bring your specialness to that role that nobody else can? You want to be very clear on what it is that you have that this industry needs. The thing about Los Angeles or New York or Chicago, anywhere where there are acting jobs, is that there's a lot of actors out there. There's a lot of actors, but not every actor is ready to really be a working actor because they don't know what they sell. And so they go on auditions and they don't book it. They keep going on the wrong auditions. It's your job to know what it is that you sell and sell the hell out of it. If you sell tough girl, then be the best tough girl you can be. If you sell the empath, then be the best empath you can be. If you sell the tough guy, be the best tough guy, or the nerd. You want to really make your mark as that character so that you can work a lot. It's really important for you to know the business, to know what you sell. It's not just enough to know the craft, but the business. And with the business comes knowing what it is that you sell. If you go into a supermarket, there are a lot of bottles of ketchup, but every bottle of ketchup is a little different. Why is it that I choose Heinz over Hunt's? I like the taste of Heinz more than I like the taste of Hunt's. Or why do I get Coca-Cola as opposed to Pepsi? They're both similar. And you'll hear people say, oh, well, it's similar. Well, not really. When you're going for an acting job, they want specific. And if they hire you because you're just cola, then people aren't going to remember you. They don't remember cola. They remember Pepsi. They remember Coke, but they don't remember anything generic. And you don't want to be a generic actor. So I would say to you that for the days of acting smarter, the 25 days of acting smarter, come watch every day. Check out what I'm putting up. And every day I'm offering you a free PDF that goes into more details about what I'm talking about, being basic acting or researching or acting techniques. I have so much stuff loaded for you if you will keep coming back every day. I want you to win at the acting game. And the only way to do that is to be informed, is to know what you sell, is to know who you are, and to know what kind of mark you want to leave in this business. Don't be a cookie cutter actor who just, well, I can do this, I can do that. I started out that way. When I first came to LA, I thought I could do everything. And then as I started working more and more in the entertainment field, I realized I can't do everything. But what is it that I can do that nobody else can do? When I go in for that audition, I am booking that role because I am the best in that category. That's what you want to be. You want to be the best in a certain category that you raise up everybody's awareness about you, that everybody is talking about you. I mean, if you look at people like Jennifer Lopez, Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, they're very specific. Now, there are a lot of actors out there who work all the time, but you don't know them. They work, they fill in a spot, but people don't really know them like they know a Morgan Freeman, like they know a Reese Witherspoon, Sandra Bullock, a who Eddie Olmos. So you want to do your best to get people to believe in you and give you the work because you are the best in that category. All right. Well, and if you are in need of um, motivation, if you're in need of organization, if you're in need of how to put everything together, I've got an online course that you can check out at actingsmarternow.com. I also have an actor's planner to help you keep all your information in one place. You can get the digital planner or the hardback. And pretty soon we're going to have a website where you can put all that stuff in as well. But go to actingsmarternow.com and check it out. All right. Until next time, you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.